Hello and a warm welcome from Edimoon to everybody attending this webinar. As you know, this is Vikas. I shall quickly tell you what Edimoon is before jumping into today's session. Edimoon is a fast-growing student community which is a friendly and accessible student platform. It is helping all the students in need by providing them with proper resources to nourish them in their career. It's a one-stop center for everything that you're going to need. Everyone offers a myriad of events, which includes workshops, webinars, blogs, information about current internship offerings and classroom materials, and class lectures with the help of the students in this YouTube channel, where you can access it with a simple click by just typing Edimon in search engine in YouTube and clicking subscribe. From then, you can easily access to all the resources providing. Now I welcome Mahidar, who is going to co-host, and welcome Mr. Ashish Ranjan. Over to Mahidar.
Hello everyone, I am Mahidar. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Ashish Ranjan sir, and he is former ISRO scientist and also worked in Baba Atomic Research Center. He left his job and started his own course, Art of Speaking, and he now is running multiple YouTube channels and podcast channels with followers or count of more than 1,43,000 subscribers. And he, after his graduation, has done both public and private sector jobs. So he'll be the right guy for us to give the seminar on the topic of what after BTech. So let me welcome Mr. Ashish Ranjan to speak onto the screen.
Thank you, Mahidar. Am I audible?
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yeah. All right. I'll just adjust. Okay. I'm covering the whole screen. All right. What kind of audience do we have over here? I'm not able to see the number of count. Or can they put their questions as query in comment section? Yes.
Yes, sir. All the comments will be displayed, sir.
Okay, it will be directly displayed, right? All
Yes,
right.
yes, sir.
As Mahidar has told me before that it is going to be like most of the students are undergraduates. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no issues. We are going to start. Guys, Mahidar is actually a student of mine of art of speaking. So when he was introducing myself, I couldn't help but notice his way of speaking because that's what I do most of the time. But thank you for those kind words. I'm going to start and thank you for inviting me. I asked Mahidar that what kind of audience do we have over there, and he said that most of the people are undergraduates. And then he asked what kind of topic that you are going to speak about. Then I said that if we are having undergraduate audience, then it is best to speak about what after you graduate, right? Because I hope that all of you guys are planning to graduate, right? Until unless you are trying to drop out, which will make your parents very unhappy because that will make your neighbors very happy because they'll get a reason to make your parents much more unhappy. But if you're thinking of graduating, I'm going to talk about a few things that are going to happen after you graduate. Back when I just graduated, I came up with this one line which made a lot of my friends to relate with it very well. It was that your toughest semester is going to be your ninth semester. So most of the engineering degrees, until unless it is dual course, comprises of 8 semesters. Things are going to change in future, but so far we are having 8 semesters. But most people do not understand that your ninth semester, that is what is going to happen after you graduate, is going to be the most difficult one. And what is going to happen is very simple. You are going to be hit with the reality. You guys might not be knowing completely what is going to happen because you are fed with an idea that job is going to be like this, higher studies is going to be like this, world works like this, and a lot of you guys might be having this image in your head that I want to graduate and get a job. And I'm sure that out of those 99% of you guys don't even know what a job is going to feel like because nobody actually tells you that. Everybody tells you that do that. I'm not saying that don't go for jobs, obviously do that, but have proper idea that what kind of job you'll be getting, or have proper idea that what a higher studies is going to give you. For example, back then I was also not knowing what a higher study is and what is it going to be like after doing, let us say, masters in design from IIT Bombay. It is only later when I found out that okay, this is the future like. And then I started to reorient or think about what kind of future I actually want. And then I started to think, okay, I want to get into Bhabha Atomic Research Center, or I want to get into Indian Space Research Organization. I kind of had an idea that, okay, engineering services is not good for me. Public sector undertaking is good for me. Private sector is also, according to me, I was always liking private sector as well. But the career I chose, that was in research, private sector was not that far ahead in that. At least clear cut picture was not available. It was like if you do masters from IIC Bangalore, then you can get into good private sectors which are going to give you a research profile job. But that is the thing, the perspective that I'm having right now, that is what I want to share with you guys. Okay, what after you graduate? Basically, you are having a handful of options that you can go for. You can go for the most commonly chosen option by most, or the most commonly well-known option. That is, you going for competitive examinations in government sector. That is very common for mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, to a huge extent electronics and communication engineering, and to some extent for computer science and IT. But most of you guys will also be aware of higher studies. Now, higher studies are of various categories. Two of those which are very, very famous. Number one, B.Tech comes. After that, M.Tech comes. That is Masters in Technology, right? Now that you can do from IITs, or if you want to do abroad, then it becomes MS, and that you can do from various places. Maybe you want to do it from Canada, you want to do from US, you want to do from Germany, you want to do from other parts of Europe, you want to go to Australia. It depends completely on you. But that in any case will involve money. Different places will require different amount of money, and it depends on how much financially you are sound to do that. MTech is one option which is not going to involve a lot of money, but maybe involves a lot of money indirectly. For example, if you do MTech, then you have to prepare for gate examination, and the competition over here is quite brutal, right? So if you are preparing for that, then it might be possible that you're not losing that much money, but you are losing years. And that is also very commonly observed, what I've seen from my experience, that a lot of people are preparing for it for like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. It keeps on going until they quit, or they get a job, or they get a master's. Both can happen. But the thing is that the selection ratio is very, very low. The competition is very, very brutal. And a lot of times it comes down to luck also. Okay, now other option is MBA. That is if you want to get into management side, but that is also going to involve money to some extent. See, if you get into IIMs and all, then obviously you can get over there, and any bank will be more than happy to provide you the loan. And most of what you have paid, you are going to pay it back, and it is not going to be an issue. There's one master's in business from NITI Mumbai that is going to basically be a MBA degree, but it is through gate examination. So if you perform good over there, let us say under 1,000 rank, a gate score of above 780 or so, then you can get into masters in NITI Mumbai. And what you can do is do the 2 years program over there, and the placement is very good. It's just like any other management. And there only a fraction of people get to NITI Mumbai through engineering. There are other kind of degrees also that are allowed over there. It is basically a master's. Okay, now there's another thing. All right, there's a lot of questions popping up over here. Hi sir, I'm Karthik. I want to prepare for ISRO ICRB. Can you please give me 3 months preparation strategy for ICRB, because I have exam till the end of February. Okay, I only have 3 months. Karthik, actually, the ISRO recruitment has not come out yet, right? So this year, when the examination is going to happen, nobody actually knows. Oh, I get it. Now this is actually getting streamed on YouTube, right? I forgot about it. So what I can do is I can open the link myself. I forgot about it. So what I can do? Oh, and what I'm seeing right now is that there are over 50 comments already. No, there are 50 people available over here, and somewhere around 10 to 15 comments. Okay, guys. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to discuss your questions definitely. First, I'm going to cover things one by one. Then I'm going to discuss your questions one by one. Okay. So the comment section that I'm seeing, that was having no questions, but I can read your questions from here. Okay, so feel free to put your questions. I always love it when the audience is a part of the conversation, and that is what we are going to do over here. I'm just doing my best to share my experiences to make your career easier in future. Okay, now, where were we? So, there are multiple things that you can do after you graduate. Number one, do M.Tech. Number two, you can go for MS abroad. Number three, you can go for MBA in India. Number four would be you can do MBA abroad. Also, going abroad is always costly. MBA is a little bit costly. You can go and look for loan. If you perform very well in your CAT examination, then definitely you'll get an easy loan. Other than that, if you are not interested in higher studies at all, you can give GATE examination, go for public sector undertaking or central government jobs like Bhabha Atomic Research Center, ISRO, and DRDO. Also, engineering services examination. If you're not interested in government job at all, then I would say that right now start building your LinkedIn profile, because that is going to be very important if you are interested for a job in private sector. So we have covered jobs, we have covered higher studies. Now one more thing is that you can start something on your own, which is very possible these days for students, because the students who have organized this whole session are also not going for jobs and they decided to start something on their own, and this is very common. I've done so many talks with so many students who are just undergraduates starting something on their own, because internet is giving access to the rest of the world to everyone. Back then when I was undergraduate, honestly, we were not having this privilege. Actually, I was in a college for which, if I wanted internet access, I had to go to a specific place where we used to get 2G network, and over there we used to barely be able to open YouTube to watch NPTEL lectures. That was the situation just in 2013. 7 years later, you are getting internet access so that all the classes that you are attending almost now are all online, right? So that can also be used for you to gain information. You are having a source of infinite information and you can learn anything that you want. You can get the idea of how to start something on your own. I knew nothing about how to pay my taxes, because in India this is supposed to happen. If you are a chartered accountant or you are in that side, only then you will know what are the taxes all about, what are TDS, what is GST, what is income tax, how do you pay that. An engineer is not supposed to know that, and that is why I graduated as an engineer, worked as scientist, and when I started something on my own, I was having no idea about taxes and all. But now I learned it solely from internet. I learned it online. There are a lot of YouTube channels talking about it. There are a lot of chartered accountants who are running their own YouTube channels talking about these taxes and all. So it is possible for you to learn anything these days. If you want to learn how to play a guitar, you do not need to go to an instructor who is going to teach you like face to face. You can learn it on YouTube for free. All you need to do is have a guitar and a will to learn. That is all you need, and most of the time the invested investment is zero. All you need is a will to learn. Okay, so these are basically three things that you need to do if you choose any one of these. Other than that, what I'll do is that I'll just go through the questions that I'm having, and then I'm going to get back to the conversation because I need to know in what direction you want me to talk about. All right, Mangiku, it is Mangukia Kenil. All right, Karthik. Okay, Tarun Kumar. Hello, hello, sir. Good afternoon. Okay, good. Karthik is here. Hi, sir. I'm Karthik. I want to, yeah, that was what I was saying. That ISRO examination, when is it actually going to happen? I don't really know. Nobody knows. Actually, in 2020, the first month in January itself, there was an examination of ICRB ISRO, and so far it has given the result of who are selected for the interview round, but the interview has not taken place yet. And that gives me a very good idea that they do not know when the next notification is going to come. I would even go as far as saying that ISRO examination, ICRB examination this year might not happen, or if it happens, it will happen at the end of the year. So without knowing the time frame, nobody can actually give you an idea of how you can prepare for it. But in general, if you want to prepare for ISRO examination, I would say that go and prepare for GATE examination. The pattern is different, but the syllabus is almost same. I would say that the syllabus of ISRO examination is same only, but different subjects are having more weightage. For example, in ISRO examination, strength of material, thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, these subjects will have more weightage. So the written examination becomes a little bit different in that sense. Okay, All right. What should I do after BTech to join ISRO? Bandru Swati. All right. Listen, Swati, this is what you need to do. If your college is not an IIT, okay, so in IITs, ISRO goes for campus drives and picks up somewhere around 5 engineers every year to get into ISRO. So if you're not studying in IIT, which is very much likely, what will happen is that you'll have to appear for Icrb examination, which is ISRO Central Recruitment Board. And what it does is that it gives fair chance to all the engineers throughout the country. You can go and apply. There will be a written test. There will be an interview round. And if you're selected in the interview, then you'll be selected as a scientist for ISRO. Now, there's another round that very few people know about. There's the zeroth round where you will qualify on the basis of your CGPA. So, undergraduates, it is very important that you know that CGPA should be for ISRO at least above 6.8, not even 6.8. Sometimes there's a conversion ratio, so maybe you're having a CGPA of 7 and from the conversion ratio it becomes 65 percentage. That will be a problem. For my college, CGPA and percentage directly turned into like into 10. But if your conversion ratio is something different, always remember that your percentage should be above 68%. And just to be safe, I always recommend you guys to have a percentage above 70%. ISRO is having the highest demarcation when it comes to all the government jobs, that is 68%. Most of the jobs are having the percentage of 65%. And if you're not having that much percentage, you won't even be called for the written test. Got it? So that is why it is important for you to have a good percentage in your BTech as well. And that's it. ICRB examination is the examination you need to be preparing for if you are an undergraduate. Okay. Next, I'm Abhishek Sinha, third year, aerospace engineer, sixth semester, and I am confused that what opportunities there are after BTech that which will be good to go for. Okay, for further studies. See, Abhishek, like I said, you can go for aerospace engineering masters from any of the top IITs or any of the top NITs, depending on your interest. You can go abroad also. To be completely honest, the requirement of aerospace engineers in India is quite low, right? So you have to be in a very good college like IIT Bangalore or IIT Bombay to get good opportunities in aerospace field. There are companies like Boeing which are present in India also, but if you want to get selected over there, also GE, these companies are in hardcore aerospace as well. So if you want to get selected over here, I don't think that if you are from a private college, you will get direct entry, right? So if you are having a job experience, then you are applying over there, then it will be possible, which is not an option for undergraduates. So you can give GATE examination, try your best to get into IIT Bangalore because IIT Bangalore is having one of the best aerospace engineering in this country. And there's not even a close second best. So you can do that. Prepare for GATE examination. You can even prepare for GATE examination in mechanical field. Because trust me, aerospace engineering and mechanical engineering are very, very similar. Recently, I did a podcast. I run a podcast named Momentum Podcast, which is on careers, and I did it with Vinod sir. Vinod Datasulia was actually All India Rank 1 in mechanical engineering in year 2013, and he did aerospace engineering masters from IIC Bangalore. Currently, he's placed in GE, and he has been working over there for 6 years. And that is what he was also saying, that aerospace engineering and mechanical engineering are very, very similar. Matter of fact, the courses or the subjects that we study are also very, very similar. The kind of work that we do, very, very similar. And I'm speaking this from my experience of working in ISRO, that aerospace engineers and mechanical engineers are getting the exact same job profile in Indian Space Research Organization. It's just that they are having different degrees. The examination that they sit for are also same. For aerospace engineers, if you want to get into Indian Space Research Organization, what you will have to do is sit for ISRO ICRB examination in mechanical engineering, and the paper will be same, the syllabus will be same for you also. I know it will be a little bit difficult for you guys, but there are a lot of aerospace engineers who have cracked that examination also and got a job over there. Okay, so those are few options. If you want to go abroad, then it is like the path of GRE and all. But in India, yes, the options are less, but the options that are there, I've talked about that. All right, let me read a few more questions. Sir, I'm Abhishek. I'm in third year mechanical engineering. I have a podcast channel and I'm serious about it, but seems difficult to manage both. Okay. See, I have met few people who are undergraduates and they have started a podcast recently. I was in their podcast as well. It is always going to be difficult. Now let us talk about managing two different things. Matter of fact, if you want to do anything big in future, then you will have to manage two different things. Why? One thing sustains you. It gives you an income, and in your case, it gives you an educational degree. The second thing puts you to the next level. If you always focus on the first thing, that is, how do I get this education right now? How do I sustain? How do I focus on the job that I'm having right now? You're always going to be in that level only. But if you want to keep on jumping to the next level, you'll always have to balance at least two different things. When I was in BARC training school, I was balancing preparation for Indian Space Research Organization and preparation for BARC semester examinations. When I was in ISRO, I was balancing my job of ISRO and running this YouTube channel and starting my own personality development course. And right now also I'm trying to sustain the YouTube channel and trying to get into the podcasting zone. So always you'll have to manage what you're having and what you want is not going to help you immediately. It is going to help you in a long term. So this is like doing something with no quick reward. You won't be getting a quick reward immediately. Like for example, the job that you're doing, it is going to give you quick salaries every month, but it is not going to give you something that you are having on your own. For that, you'll have to work for years side by side. How I see it is that it is moving in a cave when nobody sees it, what you're doing, but it is actually going to end you into a light zone, okay, where it is very, very bright, the future. All right. So you have to manage both. So if you think that I want to run a podcast and I want to graduate also with a good CGPA and a good placement, then time management is going to be the most important one. And time management is a small sub part of planning. Planning is going to be divided into three different parts. Number one, long term planning. What I'm going to be in like 1 year. What is it going to look like 6 months down the line, 8 months down the line, 10 months down the line? Where do I want to be? If you want to do anything big, you'll have to have a vision and then a determination to follow the path that you've chosen. So you'll make a long term plan. Where is this podcast going to be like? Or what is it going to look like 1 year down the line? Okay, I have a vision. I want to have at least 500 active listeners to my podcast in all the audio platforms. Then the next question is going to be, what do I need to do that to be over there in 1 year? The answer to that would be that at least release two podcasts every week. I cannot fail to release even one podcast every week. I cannot miss it out. If I'm choosing to do this, I'll have to be regular with this because the audience do not care. If they get the podcast, they will listen to it every week. If they miss 2 weeks, then they are going to forget about my podcast. Okay, that is what I need to do. All right, two podcasts every week, and then I'm having my college studies as well. So what I need to do is allocate, let us say Sunday. On Sunday, I'm going to record two podcasts, each of them being half an hour, and I'll release it on Tuesday and Friday. This is the planning of the week, and rest of the time I'm going to focus on my undergraduate courses. Got it? So this planning is going to help you, but it all starts with vision. First, you're going to see where you want to be. Then you're going to plan, okay, throughout this year, I'm going to release close to 100 podcasts, and every week I'm going to be working on it on Saturdays and Sunday. And rest of the time, I'm going to be allocating to my undergraduate studies. So if you're having this kind of vision, if this kind of planning is there, then only you will be able to do it. And let us say I'm talking about a Saturday when I'll be investing, let us say, 2 hours towards making this podcast. Then how am I going to plan it properly? Okay, 2 hours goes completely to making podcast. Then I'm having few assignment. Assignment is going to take 1 more hour. Then I have to go out with my friends. That is going to take 1 more hour. And then I have to study something that is going to be important for my semester examination. Let us say that involves 4 hours. Then if you plan every day like that, only then you'll be able to do something in the long term. Because like I said, the second thing that you're doing is not going to give you immediate benefit. Also, it is not going to give you benefit in the long term if you're not doing it continuously. Got it? So to do it like that, you will have to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have a plan, if I ask you that where you are going to be with your podcast in 2 months and you have no answers, then I'll say that you're probably not going to make it because you have to be continuous with that. So If you do not know when you're going to be after 2 months, don't you think it is kind of disheartening that you even don't know where you want to be? Let us say I told you to walk in a particular direction, but you don't know the path. So will you be able to keep on going? Let us say you have to reach a point B, you are standing at point A, but you don't know the path. You don't know what you're going to do next. You don't know what you're going to do for the next of the 2 hours when you'll be walking. So obviously you'll be disheartened, and because of that, you'll be demotivated and you'll quit somewhere in the middle. Got it? Okay, so planning is very, very important. All right, there are a few people from Talk 4712. People who do not know, I'm running a YouTube channel named Talk 4712, TURK 4712. So, few of the followers are from there. Okay, Salam Neil, Kenil. Right now, I am pursuing second year of mechanical engineering and want to know the various branches that can take for ISRO for mechanical engineering. See, there's if you are a mechanical engineer, that is the thing about jobs. So if you want to do masters, you are free to do masters in any field. A mechanical engineer can do a master in computer science and engineering because that person can sit in gate examination from computer science engineering. But I cannot sit for ISRO computer science engineering paper and hope to join ISRO as a computer science engineer. Got it? So you will have to join that organization with that course only. For example, if you're a mechanical engineer, did your course in mechanical engineering, you will join as a mechanical engineer in ISRO or BARC or any organization because they care about the degree. Okay, what skill I should on as better future aerospace student? See, that is a very common question that what should I do as an undergraduate? What are the skills that I should focus on as an undergraduate if I want to build my future in technical field? So I would say the first thing would be build your personality. That is going to be common for everyone, no matter if you're going to do a job, if you're going to have a startup or you're going to do a master's, whatever you do, MBA, MTech job, whatever it is, in India, abroad, wherever you are, your personality is going to be always helpful for you. Whatever you do, it is always going to boost you further. And it definitely separates. If 10 people are standing, one person is having a better personality, no matter what the rest of the 9 people are having in terms of ability in the technical field, that one person always highlights. Like I said, I was talking to Vinod sir and he graduated. Now he did his master's from IIT Bangalore and he said that there was one student who was the topper in our batch. And it was so shocking that he did not get placed in any companies. All the companies came one by one and kept on rejecting him, kept on rejecting him. And finally, he got placed in DRDO because DRDO comes last in IIC Bangalore and they took him. He was a very brilliant person, right now doing great in DRDO. But the thing is that nobody was able to spot his talent because he was not able to speak up. I always say this to my students also, you know as much you are able to show. So if your personality is good, then whatever you have, it is going to be just multiplied. And if your personality is zero, then whatever you have turns into zero. That much mathematics all of you guys knows, right? Okay, so the first thing that you can do is build your personality, build your speaking skills. That is what I did when I was undergraduate. Somewhere in 3 years, third year, I started to speak on a daily basis in front of mirror to enhance my speaking skill, and it is to a level that you see right now. Other than that, for technical people, you can focus on MATLAB is a very good software that you can all learn. If you want to go further, then you can get into like SolidWorks, CATIA, ANSYS and all. I learned all of those, but MATLAB is going to be the most important one. If you want to learn something, then that is good, and that is true for electronics and communication engineering also, mechanical also, civil also. Everyone can be benefited out of it. MATLAB is the mathematical calculator. Okay, NPTEL lectures are sufficient for ESE? No, it is not. NPTEL lectures are not for GATE and communication, sorry, GATE and all the other competitive exams. I'm instrumentation student. Okay, I know this person, Deepka. She's one of my followers. Please tell about the option if GATE score is not that good for PSUs, then what are the options? Okay. Let us talk about that. There will be few students over here who are in final year. They might have given GATE examination, might not be scoring that well. Matter of fact, GATE examination is next month. So some of you guys are already worried that what to do if my GATE examination is not going to be that good. See, I got into IIT Bombay in 2017, and at that time I was thinking that only people with under 100 rank can get into IIT Bombay. But fact is that I got a rank of 1825, but still got selected in IIT Bombay. Right? So even after your rank is not in the 1,000, you can get selected in the top institutes of this country. The only thing is that I got selected for the 3 years program, which is called MS, instead of the 2 years program, which is called MTech. It is called RA, that is research assistant, instead of the 2 years program, which is teaching assistant. But the posting and sorry, placement and all are exactly the same, exposure is exactly the same, and the degree that you're going to get is going to be exactly the same when it comes to the value that it is an IIT degree. So what happens is that they are going to take after GATE examination, if you fill the RA form and the MS form for IIT Kanpur, IIT Madras, then you are going to be called even if your GATE score is lower. Now what happens is that all you have to do is appear for the written test. Sometimes it happens, or sometimes it is only interview, or sometimes it is only written test. But basically, you're getting a second chance to prove your worth, and then you can get selected over there, right? So that is also a possibility. Beyond, if you get like 1,000 rank, I do not think in mechanical engineering there is any chance of getting PSUs. So let it better lose your hope from there. But I'll tell you that there are other opportunities, like there are other exams. These days, more and more exams are taking place which are separated from GATE examination. And one of those exams have always been Bhabha Atomic Research Center, the one that I got selected in. Other one is Indian Space Research Organization. Other ones sometimes happens which are VISAC, BEL, CIL. These exams are PSU exams that are also separate from GATE examination. Last year, NLC, Navalian Lignite, yeah, NLC examination also happened. So these are few exams that you can give. So even if your GATE examination did not go that well, if you kept on studying and kept on improving yourself, you can definitely qualify other examinations that are coming up. So what to do if my GATE score is not that good? One, you can try for the top IITs. If your score is not that bad, try for the MS one. Actually, the best chance for you to get an MS course is IIT Madras, because they really look at your profile, and yet they look at how much you are interested towards research. My friend Anshuman was having a rank of 5,000, but still got selected in IIT Madras Aerospace Engineering because he was very interested in research. And right now he's in PMRN program. Okay, so getting like 70,000 every month for doing research, what he loves to do, right? So you can do that, or you can prepare for other examinations. If your GATE score is very poor, like you missed it by a huge amount, for example 2,000, 3,000 rank, then all you can do is prepare for other exams. And I was having a lot of friends who was having 5,000 rank, 6,000 rank. I saw as bad as 15,000 rank, and as bad as not even appeared in GATE examination, but got selected in BARC examination because they kept on improving, right? So if you want to do that, that is also very, very possible. Okay, guys, put your questions. I'm going to read the most latest questions now because I've been reading old questions for a while. Please put your questions and I'm going to go through it. Yeah. Please make a new video on GATE preparation 2022. That video is going to come right after GATE 2021 examination happens. So it is already planned. Don't worry about it. Minimum GATE rank required to get MTech in IITs outside 2000, right? It is not MTech, it is MS, right? I would not say 2000. Actually, you can get, but the thing is that you should be interested in research, because that will then depend on your interviews. Now, if you are interested in knowing MTech, like hardcore MTech based on rank itself, no other selection procedure, then I would say 500 rank from mechanical engineering, right? And it will be even lower for computer science engineering and electronics and communication engineering, because the demand for MTech is much higher. And why wouldn't there be? Because the placements are very good. All right. Okay. Okay. What is better for computer science engineers, product-based companies or PSUs? See, I would say PSUs for computer science people are very, very low. There's one IOCL. In BARC, there will be barely like 2 to 3 seats. In ISRO, there's good amount of placements because in ISRO there will be, this year it was 53, and earlier also it used to be somewhere around 20 to 30. So ISRO is good, but other than that, I do not think that there are much government job opportunities for computer science people. But it depends on you. See, if you want government job, then your life will be very stable, kind of chill kind of life, and the growth will be very low. But in the same case, if you go for private companies, then in very like 2 to 3 years, people are looking to move abroad, and their salary and all are very good. So if you're looking for Google, Amazon like that, then the exposure is very good. So it depends what you want, whether you want a very stable life or you want a very fast growth. Correct. Third year, I want to build a startup, but do not have any idea about how to start or work for build a startup. See, guys, it is not, the question is never I want to build a startup but don't know how to build a startup. The first stage is always like, what is my idea? What is my idea that I want to bring to the world? Why is it different from the rest of the ideas, and how am I going to turn it into something which is going to produce money? It's not like I want to do startup and that is why I want to do startup. And I get these kind of questions a lot of times. That is why I'm addressing this. We'll have to first have a good idea. Good idea is very important. The second stage is good execution. You'll have to work hard for a long time without any income. If you're ready to do that, then it turns into a good startup. Got it? All right. Is there any job opportunities from GATE score apart from PSUs? Yeah, that is also a very good question. These days, a lot of companies, even in private sector, are recruiting through GATE score, but there is no certainty that which company is going to come out, which company is going to take selection through GATE score. So you can't really say is there some company or not. It matters. For example, you can go into some company and they might ask your GATE score, but the same company might not ask your GATE score next year. So I've never tried to get a job in any private sector through my GATE score, and I have not heard of many people who have done that. So if you're giving GATE examination, do not have that expectation. All right. Okay. Okay, guys, we are going to get back into the point. And one topic of discussion is very important because a lot of that is why I told you guys to keep on asking your questions, because I want you to know in what direction you want the talk to go. And so far, I have found out that a lot of you guys are actually very, very interested towards GATE examination. See, GATE examination is a very good opportunity, but the thing is that the number of jobs attached from GATE examination has decreased. Obviously, you must have heard of PSU privatization, and there was also a news going on of there's going to be a fees hike for MTech, and fees hike is not going to be like 20% hike. It is going to be a big hike, like the amount of money that you invest towards your MBA and all. So whatever it is going to happen, nobody knows if it is going to happen or not. So far, we already know that it has been on hold, so that is the good news. But if you are preparing for GATE examination, then know this, that don't only prepare for GATE examination. Matter of fact, I've been saying this for the last 2 years, but now it is more important than ever to say it to you guys, because there are going to be multiple examinations now. Back in 2008, 2009, it used to be like there are 10 examinations throughout the year. So students or aspirants used to keep on giving examination after every 2 months. That was a good thing because if you fail in one examination, you still have another chance. And it also used to happen in 2015-16 that a single person has gotten 3 different jobs, and that person is reserving the seat and other people are not going to get that job, and that means that the cutoff is going to increase astronomically. But now again things are changing. From 2018 only, I'm seeing this, that every year at least 6 7 different PSU examinations are there, including BARC and ISRO. So that gives good opportunity. I think it is again going to turn back to the system it was in 2008 and 9. So what I'm saying right now, if you are preparing for GATE examination, don't only prepare for GATE examination. Keep in mind all the other examinations like BARC examination, ISRO examination, other PSU examinations like WISAC, CIL, BEL, and all these. And have a holistic approach that you are going to practice the questions from all these examinations. That is always going to keep you ready for any situation that you're going to be thrown at, and that also keeps you very safe, because I've seen a lot of people only going for gate examination, only solving gate previous year questions, and then when they fail in gate examination, because they will fail in gate examination, because gate examination is also deviating a lot from its previous pattern and all. Because if they keep on sticking to the same pattern, what will happen is like at least 10-20 people will score 100 out of 100. So they have to bring new kind of questions every year, and what they do is that they look at other examinations. Because I've seen in 2018 gate examination there were few questions that came in civil services prelims examination back when technical question used to be asked in MCQ form. And you can see how well prepared you can be if you prepare for other examinations as well. Preparing for GATE questions will help you in ISRO examination. Preparing for ISRO questions will help you in engineering services examination. Preparing for engineering services question will help you in BARC examination. So have a holistic approach. Don't just stick to a particular examination. Pick a particular domain of examination. For example, if you're preparing for BARC, prepare for ISRO, GATE, PSUs. Don't prepare for SSC, CGL, SSC, JE, and RRB examination, because if you're preparing for SSC, JE, prepare for CGL, prepare for RRB, prepare for your state level examination, but then don't prepare for GATE also. So you cannot be extra safe. The only thing is that you have to prepare for all examination of the same domain. What do I mean by same domain? That basically means that you are going to be preparing for all the questions. You're going to be looking for all the questions, and if the type or level of the question are similar, then that is a similar category of examination, and that you are going to find easily by looking at the job that it is offering. For example, if it is offering an officer post, then all the officer post question level will be almost similar. And then if it is junior engineer level, then all the questions will be of lower level, but the competition will not be of lower level. That is the thing. So competition will be of same level. So people who have been preparing in that domain for a longer period will obviously have a higher hand over you. That is why prepare for multiple examination of same domain. And the other thing is that if you're not interested towards higher studies, or you're not interested much towards PSUs, then it would be better not to prepare for GATE examination at all. You can look for other opportunities, maybe in private sector. All right, everything is clear. Various off-campus happening. See, off-campus placement, the best thing that you can do is there are various websites, but there are a lot of fake websites also. So you should take care of that. Other than that, the best way to find out about these things are the friends only. So if you're having good connection with your friends, you will be aware of these things. Otherwise, you won't be aware of these things. So having bonds and building contacts, it is very important. So you should keep your eyes open, and also be very active in LinkedIn, because a lot of times people will be posting job requirements over there as well, and sometimes they will be posting some notifications over there also. So those are the few ways. There's no hard and fast way of knowing about all these things. So if there was a single way of knowing about all these things, then it would have been very, very easy. But the thing is that nobody can know about all these openings, because these are very uncertain, right? What is the good score I should get? See, ISC, if you want to get into ISC, then the gate score should be very, very high. I'm talking about rank under 50. Even rank under 50, Gaurav Joshi was all India rank 47 in 2017. Even he did not get the branch that I was looking for. I think he got metallurgy or material science. That is the thing. If you get rank under 20, then you are going to get everything that you want. So it depends on your rank, and your rank should be excellent for ISC Bangalore. Okay, have I covered all the questions? How to make our notes for without coaching student? Have only your notes. Is it that all the audience that I'm having are from Talk 4712 only? What is it all about? I think most people already know about me. Okay, my notes are more than sufficient. You can go through it. Otherwise, the other people also were uploading their notes. But I would say notes will not help you that much. What you can do is you can go through the lectures by people who are already accomplished in this domain and people who have cracked this examination or people who have been guiding people to crack this examination for a long time. Okay, clear? All right. Okay, now I'm getting a lot of random questions. Most of these questions I've already answered, and I think that is more than sufficient. If you have any other questions, let me know. For the last 2 minutes, I'm going to go through the questions. Otherwise, we are going to end the session. All right. This session was more focused towards GATE and competitive examination domain. The thing is that I've discussed most of these things on my YouTube channel. I repeated a lot of times what I've already discussed, but you can go to my YouTube channel and find out the answer to almost every question that you have asked. And if you're having some unique question, please let me know. Good online course for GATE. There are a lot going on these days. These days, there is like a tussle for online courses and which is the best. So they are all fighting. I think in 1 year or so, the dust will settle, and the one who is able to do the more publicity are going to win. So no, I have no idea which is the best one right now, nor do I intend to take any names because I have gotten into trouble before for taking the names of coaching institute. They are going to like straight up send legal notice to you. So I'm not going to take any names. I'm not going to risk that. I am far away from competitive examination these days. As you can see, I'm running my own personality development and speaking skill course. So I'm not that much in touch. Yes, I guide people through my YouTube channel every now and then. I'll be posting videos on GATE examination. But that part of my life is to a huge extent over. It's just that I've been over there for so long. I would say 3 years preparing and then after 2 years guiding, that I'm having good knowledge of what a student should be doing and what that student should not be doing. And that is all that I'm sharing over here. Mm, EC opportunities after BTech. Same. What can you answer over here? You can either go for higher studies, which I think is a very good option if you get VLSI or something like that. I remember one of my friend was in Indian Space Research Organization. He left his job to do higher studies in VLSI from IIT Bangalore. He scored very good rank in GATE examination, and that kind of higher study is so good that you can leave a job like ISRO also. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to end the session then. Whoever are the organizers, they can take it over from now on.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your
Yeah.
valuable time, and everyone doubt got cleared, and they were very happy because you read all the comments by yourself and solved all the doubts. And it's very we are very fortunate to have you on our Edimon channel. And whoever is new to this channel can subscribe to us for more such webinars. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, you are doing a good job, Maida, because you are having a good amount of audience. I saw like at least 50, 60 people were over here joining. So it is a good thing that you've started. Is this the first year you are doing or you have been doing it before also?
We just started before 3 months.
Okay, that is very good. Good amount of audience that you have gotten. I'm sure that it is going to go in the forward direction only. So all the best to Edimon, your team. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. I'll see you next time. Till then, bye.
So that's it, guys, for today. Click the subscribe button for more amazing content and stay tuned for more amazing content. And follow us on Instagram. Instagram ID is Edimoon. So this is Vikas signing off. Thank you.